Hello everyone, it's M4J here and welcome back to Blue Vale here on City Skylines. Let me just sort my mic out, there we go. So, last time out we built Vale Point, and as you can see it is very heavily built up and very heavily populated. In fact, we have a grand total of 7,879 people living in this part of the city alone, of which over 4,500 are adults and over 2,000 are children. That's interesting actually, because I don't think we have that many students at the various schools, so that's something that we might have to look at. But the main priority today is traffic. As you can see, heading into this junction here, from all directions really, there are a lot of people, and particularly in this direction, there are a lot of people. But I actually have somewhat of a solution for that. Which is to build a new motorway junction somewhere over here. One that will just serve this part of the city. So it'll come in this way into Blue Shores most likely. Excuse me, I've got hiccups this morning. That's a first. So this road here, as you see it, will soon be deconstructed. It will be replaced. I think for the junction, I'm trying to see if I actually have something that I could use that would be useful. This one, the diverging diamond, would kind of work. That's a possibility. We've also got some of Yumble's intersections. Actually, this one, the single point interchange, could work quite well as well. Could stick one of those in. I don't know how it would work if I upgraded some of the roads, although I might not have to. And then we got, yeah, another single point there. We've got some stacks going on. Single point partial cloverleaf, which actually could also work if you were to place it. I'm going to see if there's any for like single direction. There's this one, the Yumble's trumpet. There we go. That sounds weird. Never say that again, Mark. Yumble's trumpet could work quite well. Or there's the... This is the service one, which is what I want. I've been watching a lot of Yumble's videos lately, in case you can't tell. And then there's also a system one, which we could potentially use elsewhere. Yeah, I think a service interchange here would work really well. And then we can have some roads sort of spread out going into Blue Shores. This whole thing here, I think, is going to get rebuilt. Also, down here, I'm going to go with my idea of having tram termini here, and then not having this road here be tram track, and then having two separate tram lines operating. So we have one that goes from the yards down through the yards south into Vale Point, and then another one from Vale Point over to Blue Shores, where it will... Well, I was going to say it will meet up with the other tram line, but eventually this tram line here is going to get decommissioned anyway, so it will be how people connect across the city. Okay, so I think I've summarised the opening to this video fairly well. So let's get on with it, shall we? Alright, step 1 done. We've got this new motorway junction here, which I think looks very, very nice. Actually, very neat and tidy. Big fan of this. I will add a slope there. And I'll probably add one here as well, just to make that look a little bit tidier. But yeah, look at that. So we've got now traffic coming off the motorway in both directions onto this roundabout. And from this roundabout, wow. Oh yeah, there'll be traffic coming up here, won't it? So we will possibly have the issue of buses coming up this way and having to use the roundabout to turn around. But that's not the worst thing in the world. Like, at least roundabouts are designed for turning traffic. So it's, you know, part of the plan, as it were. Let's just smooth some of this out as well, shall we? Because that's been bugging me for a little while. No idea what's going to happen with this canal. It's probably going to run straight ahead into this area. I was going to try and have it be a runoff of the national park here, which it probably could still be, to be honest. But yeah, we'll have to see on that one. But yeah, I like the way, you know, the roads here cross over one another. I think that's really cool. The roundabout does now seem to be in use, which is excellent. We do have a little bit of congestion here. I am worried about this backing up a little bit, but the solution to that would be to have a dedicated turn lane here. So it would branch off in this direction, curve around, and then join up again somewhere over here. And that should separate some of the traffic, because you can see here, these vehicles here are left turn only. And then if we did that, we can reduce this to one lane and have it as an asymmetrical road. I'm also going to make sure that parking is disabled here, which it appears to be, which is good. So yeah, this is all working. It's all looking very nice, very neat, very tidy. So now that's fixed, we can start looking at other parts of the city perhaps that need a similar setup. So if I follow the traffic back here, you can see there's traffic backing up in this direction, but it is still mainly this junction here. Now the yards only has one road access point, which is this one here, but because it's on this roundabout, it is pretty secure. You know, traffic shouldn't be too big an issue. However, parking is a major issue. We only have one car park in the entire city, one proper car park, which is this one here. We do have other small car parks, so not there. I was about to say this bus station, but it does. Oh, hello. Lots of people waiting. Look at that. Down at these bus stops, we do have parking, small amounts of parking. So, for example, this one here. Oh, I upgraded these to bus lanes as well, so that buses can have their own dedicated lanes for turning in and out of the bus stations here. Which I think looks really cool as well. But part of the problem is cars are using the parking here, and the only way to access is in the bus lane. So they are, there you go, you can see some examples there. They're using what they're not supposed to in order to access something that they probably shouldn't be accessing either, which is kind of annoying. So I'm just going to check this again to make sure that it is somewhat okay. It's, yeah, I might actually put some traffic lights on this junction, just so we get a nice regular flow of traffic. So let's do that, and then oops, that. Right, off you go. So that should help with traffic flow as well. I was watching, where is it? This interchange over here, and we may need an extra turn lane on each one of these, which will mess up the markings here, which is a bit of a shame. Alternatively, we could do what I've been doing, which is add more junctions and things like that. A junction over here would have been useful, but I think having this one here as the next one is actually better. So parking is the next big issue. Now I kind of want to have park and rides for the city, and I think having parking down here maybe and extending this railway to serve it would possibly be a way to go. I'm just looking and seeing how feasible it is to build a parallel railway to this one and use that for access. Maybe building the park and rides somewhere down here. It's tricky because in real life, going to a park and ride is a pretty straightforward thing. But in the game, that's not how the AI works, and it becomes very, very annoying very quickly. What's going on here as well? I'm going to set up a time traffic light here too. So we've got... do we have anything accessed there? I suppose we do. But the main thing is... Actually, it's not even... I know what the problem is. It's nothing to do with... Let's just fix this. There you go. Remove traffic light. That's what I wanted to do. And then remove that traffic light. I've no idea what just happened there, but never mind. So yeah, if we did something like this and then just have that and that be a giveaway to that one. That's probably the best way of doing this. And then same thing here. You know, turn off the traffic light and just have you be a giveaway. I think that works best. And it should help with the traffic flow a little bit. Also, wrong thing. So you can enter the junction and you can enter the junction. There we are. And there aren't any other junctions along here apart from over here. But again, we could do the same thing. Because there's no right turns on any of these. So again, we can just turn you off. And we'll have you and you be give way. The reason I'm doing that is because emergency vehicles might come out of here. And it makes more sense for the main traffic to give way. It's going to be garbage and emergency services, which, I mean, in this game, again, garbage disposal is an emergency service, technically, the way it's used. So, yeah, it makes sense to do it like this. Right, and then here, we're going to have you be green, and I suppose you be green. Actually, no, not you be green, sorry. So we're going to do this. And if we have someone is waiting as the clause, and then we'll set you 5, 10, and then you're going to turn red, and you're going to turn red, and more waiting than driving, or no one is driving. That's probably a better way of doing it. So now that gives trams priority. We could do something similar here, or we could just turn the traffic lights here off, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. There we go. There's a lot of pollution down here, which Blue Shores isn't supposed to be a polluted part of the city, so I'm kind of annoyed that that's ended up happening. But there's not a huge amount that I can do about it right now. Also here. Wait, what have I done? Oh, clicking the wrong thing. Okay, so you 10 and 60, and that's going to be for this one and for this one. But if someone is waiting, then we switch to this until no one is driving. There we go. I'm just going to do 1060 again. It's probably for the best. This one over here we can just disable as well. And look at that. No traffic through here now. So we have still got the traffic over here. And again, we'll work some ways to fix that. Now, all this over here is meant to be like residential and things like that. And you can already see from the roundabout here where that would branch off. And there'd probably be like another big roundabout. And then it would deviate off. And over here as well. I'm actually tempted to put some parking in this area here because it's just a big flat open part of the city, and it kind of makes sense to me to have it be used for parking. So if I flatten this out, or at least have some of it be used for parking, that's probably a better way of saying it. So if I flatten the majority of this out, and then we can start looking at parking, and then we can maybe have like a park and ride bus that brings people into, it's probably going to be the yards north, although we could have one go to the yards south as well. That could work. We'll do it like so. Now we need to look at the entrance, and I was thinking of using this node here, but this might be good for an exit, and then have maybe a roundabout in the middle. So if I was to join this, I'm just thinking. I've got an idea. I have got an idea. I want to try it out. I want to see if it works. So, cue the music, and I'll see you guys again in a second. Well, that was really weird. My heart stopped then. I'm just going to save the game quickly because that should not be happening. It's one of those things, City Skylines, eh? Where your heart just stops and it all goes wrong. Anyway, back on with the build. Alrighty folks, that'll pretty much do it for today. I'm pretty happy with how this has gone. I think we've got some good transport links set up now, including this park and ride here. We are going to go and decorate this a little bit more, of course. I'm also tempted to make this one of the entrances to the national park, but it's going to be a bit of a squeeze considering the national park is actually over here. Also, we appear to have, yeah, some traffic issues over here as well. Let's just see if I can do something about that quickly. If I turn that on, I should get a solid flow of traffic now coming through. There we are. Yeah, also not quite sure what we're doing with maybe making this a double traffic light thing, but I'm not entirely sure how that would work with the grand scheme of things. We got some more traffic issues here to solve, but we should be able to do that in time. It's the fact that they're coming onto the motorway here to then turn off the motorway again up at this end, which suggests that there's something in the speed limits here. It's a little too fast, but I don't quite know what, considering this is all 30. Maybe it's a directional thing as well. I don't know. Personally, I don't know. That's 30. That's 30. They should be able to use both. But yeah, it's a thing. We'll fix it, I'm sure. Maybe it's just we need another junction somewhere around here, which is possible. I wouldn't say it's entirely plausible, but it's somewhat possible if we shift some things around. So the hospital might have to move, for example. Are there anyone in there at the moment? Yeah, 115 people. The high school will probably have to move. I mean, sorry, the elementary school. That'll probably have to move anyway. And the bus depot. And the biofuel bus depot. Although, why have we got... Huh. I don't know what's going on with that either. Right, we've also got the new tram stop over here set up, which, as I say, that tram pulls up with 14 passengers on board, which is very nice and very useful. Be interesting to see actually how many of these guys come around to here. Quite a few actually, so that's working quite well. I still need to get the mod that turns off those because that's really annoying. It's Traffic Master something or other. I think it's like rail or tram, or it's got some name to it like that. I'll just find that, add it. It should fix my problems. I'm really liking how these junctions look here as well, actually. It looks a bit derpy from certain angles, but you can imagine traffic flowing through here quite well. I can't imagine there's going to be a huge amount of traffic through here. I think it very much depends on how many intercity buses we'll have. Do we actually have... No, we don't have a bus line coming through here. That's something else I will need to add. I'm just looking to see how it would work. I would probably run it down these side streets and then in. I think that would work better, although it would have to do a U-turn at the end here. So that would be one that uses it. But we've got a big population now, 45,730-ish. We've got some park and ride facilities set up now so that people can actually park in the, well, sort of in the city centre and then catch a bus to wherever it is they're going. I might put some landmarks or something around this part as well, just to entice more people to come down here. And I'm also tempted to chuck some towers in on some of these streets down at the southern end here particularly, just to get some more people to come down to this part of the city as well. But otherwise, yeah, people just come down here to work basically, which is fine. And these buildings will grow. A lot of them will grow. In fact, you're very close to growing. Education. Ah, yes. We have a university here now. Vale Point College as well, which has a good student roster, 500 odd students, or they can have a capacity of 10,000, which is a bit cheaty for me, so I might downgrade that to a normal university. But otherwise, yeah, we're pretty much done for the episode, guys. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course, if you're enjoying the series so far. Drop those comments down below with ideas for future episodes. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Like I said, it really helps me out. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and until next time, I will see you soon.